Fambul, as I talk to now, this is William of Staggered Movement. The CID authorities just arrived right now. You go see people that they sing, and then these all reach at the compound, and then they're about to enter the compound right now. You go see APCians, then they outside the compound of His Excellency, former President Dr. Anes Baiko Umaimos. Yes, people that they jubilate, they give the young stand.
As a citizen of Sierra Leone, a law-abiding citizen, the commissions of inquiry are part of our laws of the land, and the president signed his instrument, sent those instruments to Parliament. Parliament has passed them into law, so they are part of our laws of the land. I am a lawful citizen. I believe the commissions of inquiry must go.
Hello, me family Mudakabo. Welcome to Sherix Broadcast Network, the place Usai would bring Sierra Leone live to Usai ever you day around the globe. Of course, today there is an obvious reason why we come to Una a little late. We'll get to explain to Una a little later. And of course, today we want to take this opportunity for welcome Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leone from around the world. We don't tune into our station for me then go watch waiting with the broadcast today. We want to tell you plenty thank you for waiting when they continue for do at the station here. Today we get a few things that we're going to talk about. It's not going to be a long broadcast. It's going to be about waiting beyond they happen na Sierra Leone in the past week. Of course, plenty of we know waiting beyond they happen at the country. We already don't see some videos, we don't see some pictures, but like how you sabi we in a Sherix Broadcast Network, today we get for can take with time for analyze waiting we all don't watch over the week. For let we analyze them properly, let we talk the truth, who say truth supposed to talk, and let we know the direction in which we country they head. So now that's we get for talk today. Of course, I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, for make a announce to una for say today na me own birthday. Now on this day where my mama been born me, and of course so today na my birthday, and of course you know as always now that make we don't come to una a little late because we get to do something today pertaining to me own birthday, and so now that we don't just do. But like how you know some man go they ask, waiting this man they do on a birthday, why it they broadcast? Now, because some of we don't decide for devote with services to the country where will come out, to the country where will born. And so, no other day, not the way important for, let we bring broadcast and to una way pass a day like this. So, to me personally, I feel say on this day when my mama born me, I feel say this day I the devoted to the country Sierra Leone. And so, now that make us sit down on the set, now that make a dinner at the studio. So today na my birthday, we're going to celebrate that birthday now so small as well, right? So I want to wish myself happy birthday. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Ibrahim. Happy birthday to me. Yes, it's my birthday. I mean, can you imagine at this day where God Almighty be decide say I will come at this world, and that way I come at this world, I go do everything way I they do right now. So anybody whether you birthday don't reach, you for treat as special, if for you for put them into focus, for really check yourself for know waiting you they do. You know every year where they add where you birthday they come they add to your years. So you get for now put them into focus and see waiting you they do with your life, right? So today I'm just happy, and of course I go on for take this moment for say thanks to the Almighty God for everything what He don't do for me in my life. I not regret none. I am very happy. I'm very appreciative. I am very much thankful to the Almighty God. Of course, we'll get for can't talk about the bad day later. But anyway, the next thing we'll get for talk about Naya today. Now, some of the actions of the opposition All People's Congress over the week. We don't hear you say number one, where they pull that press release, about the response to the Commission of Inquiry. The police invite them, waiting and do now the police station, or how they respond to that. We'll get for talk about that. We'll get for also talk about how the APC leaders, APC members, and APC supporters they begin for react to the arrival or the news about the arrival of the CID inside McKinney. We are going to talk about that as well. And of course, we also get for talk about waiting at the rationale behind all of these things what the APC they do, waiting at them point, waiting at the try for achieve, waiting at them goal. We are going to talk about that. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the visit of the president to Kono on his nationwide tour. Say if you don't talk to the way he become president, he get for go right around the country for tell the people then thank you. So it depends. If you don't go to the north, you don't go to the east, So now he's going to, you don't go to Kono. So we'll get for analyze that Kono visit as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Commission of Inquiry will get for talk about her as well. Waiting the salon people they say about the commission. Waiting the civil society say about the commission. And waiting at the things the way other people that they talk about the commission. So we are going to talk about that as well. So today we want for me to sit on tight as we continue for unfold the program right from here at Sherix Broadcast Network. All right. Of course, I will continue to be your host, Ibrahim Sharif, coming to you from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas. And of course, if today now you first time for join we want to take this opportunity for welcome you to Sherix Broadcast Network. And of course, for me, sit on tight as we continue for unfold the program. All right, stick around with us.
Sierra Leone, West Africa, Alvande, ooh yeah,
Young Lee on the beat.
Never give up on life. Life is what you see or what you've been feeling. It's not what you've been through, yeah. This is how we make it. Life is how you make it. So never give up on life. Never give up on life. Goodness must come someday or tomorrow. I say goodness must come someday or tomorrow. It's a must. Life is a must. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must. Life is a must. You got to make it. Life is a must. Life is a must. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must. Life is a must. We gotta make it. Make it, make it, yeah. Make it. I'm gonna make it. Make it, make it. Make it. You got to make it. Make it, make it, yeah. Make it. You gotta make it. Make it, make it. Make it. You got to make it. It's never enough. Life is too short. To make a deliberate for a day is not easy enough on the air. Good things come to those who wait. If you fall, you rise again. So never say never. Be patient, cause I rock in the bed. Goodness must come someday, someday or tomorrow. I say goodness must come someday or tomorrow. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must, yeah. Life is a must. You got to make it. Life is a must, yeah. Life is a must. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must. Life is a must. We gotta make it. Make it, make it, yeah. Make it. I'm gonna make it. Make it, make it. Make it. You got to make it. Make it, make it, yeah. Make it. You gotta make it. Make it, make it. Make it. You got to make it. It's a must, yeah. Life is a must. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must, yeah. Life is a must. You got to make it. Life is a must, yeah. Life is a must. I'm gonna make it. Life is a must. Life is a must. We gotta make it. Young Lee on the beat, oh. Alfandi the single, oh. Yeah. Oh, nah, 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 yeah. Yum, yum.
Yes, me fumble them. Life is what you make it. Of course, that is from a Sierra Leonean by the name of Alvandi. Alvandi, one for say plenty thank you to you. There, your song gets a sober message, and so we are very happy that Salon people that don't begin the sorry about that. Salon people that don't begin the get the message. I mean, Salon Sierra Leonean musical artists. They don't begin to get the message about waiting really go be important inside the songs the way they sing. You know, the Kawaki say, Sierra Leoneans, we are very talented people. Anything we put we mind to, we do unto perfection. And so it is just a matter of stopping to be distracted. Because once you are distracted, then of course you won't be able to focus your mind on what you are supposed to do with perfection. So it is always good for us not to allow distraction to set in. All right? So Alvandi, that song has a lot of good message that you never have to give up on life. Whatever comes your way, keep trying. When you fall, get up and, you know, wipe the dust and keep going. Don't you ever get up. I mean, don't you ever give up. So Alvandi done a very good message inside that song. I like the beat and I like the message. You know, and especially on this day when I'm a birthday, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I should be happy, right? I should be happy for joining me for let's celebrate this day. I mean, can you imagine? After my mama don't carry me inside in Bel Air for 9 months. Now on this day, it born me. And so I don't get one regret for waiting to go on because I have to continue to say a lot of thanks to the Almighty God for everything He don't do for me. You know, I want to say a lot of thanks to my mother within a Kenema right now, Madam Fatmata Sherif. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for bringing me to this world. Of course, you are the best person in my life. Of course, now you bring me come. And all man forget respect and appreciation for you, Mama, we born you. Because if not to them, you know they ever massive foot on this soil na earth. So I don't know where I can see some people that they disrespect their parents there. You know, that they disrespect their mama and their daddy. If not to be in them, then you know they ever massive foot na this ground. So now through them you can at this world. So you have to appreciate regardless of the conditions, regardless of what is going on. You have to appreciate them. So today, I want to appreciate my parents. I want to appreciate my mother for everything. Everything. I am the happiest man, you know? And so today, I'm a bad day. And I like what Alvandi, the talk say inside that music, he say, you never give up on life. And you see, people don't get to understand, say, life is never smooth. No matter whether you rich, you poor, you most sacred person, you are the abide by things, life gets zigzags. You the up, you the candle. Life they go up and candle, right? So things they get good for you, they get bad. And you for not say for everything where God making at this world, it make them in pairs. Anything where they on the left, it on the right. Anything where they up, it they down. All right? So you get to accept life like that. When things then come at you, when negative things then they come at you, don't give up. You know, stand strong and continue to pray and continue to believe and continue to pursue. Not only then one day way they just believe, say, oh, God get for do and God in your time go come. And you sit down, you know, they do nothing. God say, if you want to make her help you, help yourself first. So why should you believe in God? For say, God go protect you, God go give you ways, God go make things happen for you. Now get up and keep trying. Don't just sit down. All right? So today, in the coming weeks, we get for make major announcements then two major announcements we get for make. But we're not to tell una but the announcement and it today. All right? The time go come, we'll go tell una the announcement them. But in the coming weeks, we are going to do that. But the only thing I'm saying, today is my birthday, and I hope everybody out there with the watch with you with the broadcast now will now go join me for wish myself happy birthday right now. Happy birthday to me. Eh? Come on. I know see somebody the way she don't that you get bad at right now. They pa watch me, they twist in face, they pa make bad at, they pa. Come on, you know my sister, you know my brother, you know me everything. We all come out salon, you know, we all come at the same country. Come on, why they get bad at for me on my birthday? Why? I mean, tell me, why are you like that? Come on, get some smile on your face right now. All right, so today is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Today I just wanted to take a quick moment to express my thanks and appreciation to the Almighty God for everything he has done in my life, everything he has done for me. A few people in my life that I would like to say thanks to, of course, to my dear father, Mr. Martin Moy Sharif, who is currently in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for everything that he did for me as a son, and that there's nothing I can give him as a reciprocation or as a replica of what he did for me in my life, from when I was a little boy coming up and all the way to where I am now. I want to say a lot of thanks to him for everything. That's my father, the grandfather of my children. Of course, I also want to take opportunity of this moment to say special thanks to my mother, because Fatmata Mami Sharif, who is currently in Kenema. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for bringing me to this world and for everything that you did. You never went to school, but you were very determined to ensure that I acquire Western education. And you did everything humanly possible to ensure that whatever I needed for me to go to school, that I had it. And so today I should be grateful to you. There's nothing I can give you as a payment for what you did in my life. So thank you, Mom. Of course, I want to say a lot of thanks to the mother of my children for being there as a woman. I'm talking about Esther Bengura. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for being a very good mother, for being there for the family, for doing everything that you can do in your own powers to keep the family going. I want to say a lot of thanks to you. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is my birthday, of course. So you ABC don't have to wait 30 months. Do you have enough? Wake up now and celebrate this day with me. This is my birthday, okay? All man for gladdy on your birthday. Your birthday not for kawaii. They shut up. They set you more than all and see then they, that make way me get this apple juice. I get na way. I had a drink on my birthday, because now my favorite drink, apple juice, now I had a drink. So I want to say plenty thank you to una they stand with me, una they appreciate what they do. All right. So as they go along, I want to go still bring that birthday something way me on Fambuden and my studio where they come up with for me. We're going to bring her. But today, my family, we get for talk about Sierra Leone, the country of our birth, the country whose I will come out, right? We are going to talk about the APC now. Before I talk about the APC, I want to establish some things then. I know you get plenty plenty people that they call me, that they tell me, say, Ibrahim, this is station, a SLPP station. This is station as also SLPP business they promote. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I appreciate that because I like when people that they talk. I like when people that they make comments. Because when you make comments, it give me idea about how you they think, how you they feel about me. Enough for, I don't look at with Sierra Leonean society in such a way now that people they become easily upset. People that they vex quick. Small thing way they talk to them, where we're not supposed to hold a conversation about, then they vex. So when I know they ever hold conversation. So in fact, me feel say that one of the problems that one day we will get as a country, we know the whole conversations. We know the whole a civil discourse, civil debate, civil conversation about important issues. We know they do have. So me like way I would broadcast now, so where people that make them kind of comments them. Now, in our country, we operate on the democracy. It's a democratic system. And so, in a democracy, and even the Saiwusa now in America, now democracy there. In a democratic system, people have the right to say things. Now they call freedom of speech. You can talk. So, I want to make a declaration here. For say, number one, we always born as Sierra Leone, including the one that when a journalist in the country, where they're supposed to report on issues without bias. You know, we are all belonging to individual political parties, them, either directly or indirectly. We belong to political parties, right? Some Monday they go talk openly. Some people they don't ever talk them, they hide them under their sleep. But in their hearts, they know that they support. We all. And when we look at Sierra Leone as a country, my family, I want for you to pay attention to this. And I want for you to do for God Almighty on this day of my birth. I want for you to do for God Almighty. Let you not get no biased opinion on this. Let you really think about her as a straightforward human being. If you're not possible to go to mosque, you're not possible to go to church, you're not possible to worship any other or where you hold any other religious faith. I want for me to think about that religious faith and think about this. Okay? From the time when Sierra Leone don't get independence, until this day we at the talk to una, we have known two political parties, either the SLPP or the SLPP. I mean, either the SLPP or the APC, I'm sorry. Now, we don't see other small political parties that don't come up. You know, they don't try for me to get, you know, to that presidency. But God no answer for the aids. We don't see PDP sober, you know, they tell the way PDP sober come, the whole country be done turn over during the days of late Temu Bangura. We don't see UNPP during the days of Karifa Smart, right? We don't see now recently NGC, C4C, they don't come. So all man don't try, but by all the try where they don't try, we don't see only two political parties that don't continue to perpetrate themselves into authority in the country. So when you look at anything between the two political parties, when you want for talk, honest talk between the two political parties, if you talk anything honest about waiting the APC and the SLPP don't do in Sierra Leone, from the time we don't get independence in 1961, until this day, when at January 2019, where they talk to una. If you decide, say, at the talk straight talk, at the talk honest talk to God, where you talk that talk today, you're not going to ever talk anything positive about the APC. Because the positive things there, I'm not saying they're not there, but enough plenty. Now, very few minute things there where they don't do, where you go talk about other positive things. So, anytime when you talk about these two political parties, people that will not they watch you objectively, then get for few say you belong to the SLPP, or you're not SLPP, you know, sympathizer, or you're not SLPP television station. No, it is just because of how we history don't go. When you decide for talk honest talk, you talk straight. You know, it's like when they don't push, shoot, hey, you don't reach now at the wall. There is no more pushing, so now you get for repair back. Now, so the country don't care we go. The country don't care we go. Now, it don't reach a point where we don't begin to talk through. And with the help of technological innovation, revolution, evolution, we say we get social media programs in our way. Anything where they happen in our country, we see alive. Whatever you they talk when are true between them two political parties, you cannot, there is nothing you can say positive about the APC, because what they don't do when are positive things, and Oboku. I'm not saying they not don't do positive things. So, if I want area with me like about them, the infrastructure of the country, when it comes to infrastructure business, that they are the give kudos to. Past no way matter you don't come a bit in time. But when it comes to infrastructure in the country, like for making them roads, them, like for make them, like for builds the national stadium, UU building, you know, I they give credit to APC somehow. But apart from that one day, where camp and governance, they get problem. I get problem with that. So anytime they talk between the two political parties, them, will they get problem because people that if you say we're not SLPP prone station, right? So I want for family they want to look at it that way. When they talk say, oh this station and SLPP station and this that this time a bad day. Do me a favor. I want to look at it honestly. I don't say right now, plenty of people that will watch, then they disagree with what you at the talk. But that's fine. It is your opinion. We are in a democratic system. You have right to your own opinion. But me, as far as I'm concerned, this is my own opinion as well. All right? So now that we don't talk that one day, let us talk about the APC and waiting they decide for do in the past week, right? First of all, let me talk about them trying to, go to the CID Nafrito. Let's see that first.
Victory for us, oh yes, oh yes, in the struggles of APC, there is victory. Victory for us. Victory for us. In the struggles of APC, there is victory for us. For us, oh yes. For us, oh yes. In the struggles of APC, there is victory.
All right. And so, my family, this is like the APC in Freetown about to go to the CID office. They say that they go accompany former president Anes Kroma and the top executive members of the APC, where they invite them for me to go answer some questions about the press release where they be released in regards to the Commission of Inquiry. All right. Now then they go. First of all, that song, I remember when me being small Pekin, when a village will come out na salon. But I appreciate when me village boy. I appreciate that. Because maybe then at Daru, now there I go primary school. RC school, Roman Catholic primary school, Daru, now they me attend. Those were the days of Shaka Stevens where they visit Daru with the Tinapuna line, it can waka, in fact, it is motoka with the waka middle them. Right? I mean, it waka middle we. So I remember this song. There is victory for us. There is victory for us in the struggles of APC. We'll be the singer. We were forced in school to learn and know how to sing this song. We were forced. And today I know you forget about that song. But the country was under a one-party state. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at that, right? How can you tell me, for say, out of the millions of people born in a country, that you one Grego can declare, say, all the other one that were born at that country, when I were all born at the country the same way, because you, when a president, you were carried in your mother's stomach for 9 months. Just like when the last person in the last village was carried in his or her mother's stomach for that same 9 months, then born under that same swear, then you can't tell the people and they say they not get any right for form your political party and compete against you. You and at APC, look at that. Just look at them in a complete human dignity sense. If you're not possible to get dignity for a complete human being, look at it. Look at that decision. For say you now all born now, but you not get right for form a political party for they against me. Do you think that is right morally? You think say that one day right? But anyway, this is what the APC did in those days, 1978. That's what they did. And when they do that one day, they take over control of the country. Because there was a reason for them to declare one party. When you talk, say, no other Sierra Leone not get right for contest against me, for compete against me politically. There is a motive that you have. And what was that motive? Was for them to control everything in the country. And what did they control was, one, the civil service. The civil service. Because the civil service now a country, now the professional wing of the country's administration. Now then they make sure say things that they go right. Now then they, like all them voucher, then they sign them for let them pay workers. Now if politicians then get an agenda for a country, now the civil service, now then they make sure that agenda they succeed or not succeed. The permanent secretary and all the one that waiting at the civil service. So now you make it fact that the civil service, if something don't happen in a country where there is no president and there is no political head, no vice president, no president, no speaker of the house, the civil service, as professional as they are, then go able to run a country for completely without those heads. That's how they are. So when the APC took over, what they did, they tried for directly interfere into what the civil service they do. They are supposed to be independent. Nobody not for put pressure on them. Nobody not for give the directives. Now therefore advise politicians there on waiting at the professional way for do things in the country. We're going to make the country go before. So now make every ministry get a permanent secretary. Every ministry gets civil service because now then they help the politicians to let the country go before fine. All right? So, me na been small picking those days where at Tinapna Lie, in a primary school, would they go match for Shaka Stevens, would they sing this song? There is victory for APC. But look at me today, I'm sitting down here and talking about these issues and they recollect everything will be happen with me na small picking. So now think about those people that we call children today, na Sierra Leone. They are looking at us, that they see what they do today, and after 20, 30 years from now, they get for reflect back on what they happen today. So that's why we should never forget. We'll not forever forget what they do today, because you know how later you grandpicking, they ask you a question. Say, Dad, Mom, or Grandpa, Grandma, when these things were happening in Sierra Leone, what did you do? You're not going to get answer for that, you grandpicking. They pass you, bow your head in shame. You don't want that. So now when correct things and they happen in a country, whether they're that you favor, they're not that you favor, for the benefit of the country and the future generations of the country, you want to stand for it. All right? So the APC leaders then grab, they say that they're going to CID office for accompanying former president Anes by Kroma. So my question is, what was their motive? What was the point? What was the goal? What did they try to achieve? Right? Because when the APC then had power recently, there was a time when they invited Julius Madabio to go to that same CID. Plenty of freedom see that one day. They invited him to go to that CID for some things that we don't know. They say, let's go to that CID day for answer questions about something where they agree, right? Look at this letter. Let me see something here. Let me put this volume down. Look at this letter right here. This was the letter that was written to Julius Madabio and the SLPP by the Sierra Leone police for making go appear for questions about a talk where it talk somewhere in the country where they be one for questioner. So Madabio grab a go another CID day, Safu, without any problem, a not call any crowd, a not create any panic in the country, a just grab a go Safu for, madam asking the questions. And they asked him these questions and he peacefully returned home. Right? That is the letter. Where we don't show Nayanda. Okay, me family them. So, if you be don't rule this country for 10 years, the people that will elect you for 2 consecutive terms, now they don't say they don't want APC for them at this power anymore. They elected somebody else and another political party. For the sake of cohesion in the country, for the sake of political stability in the country, for the sake of peace and unity in the country, for the sake of development in the country, waiting make you not go sit down Safu, let you stay away from the limelight. Because you don't want to be quoted tomorrow for saying, now you be make where the country not able to make progress. You know? So these are some of the things we say where people that you talk say, oh, but that man na SLPP station gets. Me not see anything wrong with this. Anybody where you want for talk true, na Sierra Leone, you have to say these things. Right? So for let the APC leaders, they na the streets of Freetown, that they sing that song they in Defiance, you know, they cried. What message were they sending to the ordinary Sierra Leoneans? Because in 2007, when the APC win election at Sierra Leone, people in some parts of the country started packing their bags and said that they won't go outside of the country. Now, why should Sierra Leoneans be afraid of APC? Why? Waiting make way you they win election, people that they run away, people that they afraid. Why? Why should that be? This country now, we're all born at the country, ladies and gentlemen. And so, to some of us, this thing not called for. But you see, there was one thing that we said here when people, you know, we don't talk, I like that a lot of people were watching it. What we talk say, the fundamental difference between the SLPP and the APC, when are the two parties that we would only see from 1961 to now. That's why we keep talking about these two. The fundamental difference between the two is that APC was formed on the basis of communism and socialist ideas. Communist, socialist ideas. If you go back and look for the independence video where the British then put together, you watch the whole thing. I think it's about 15 to 20 minutes video. When you watch the whole thing, you go see inside that video say a lot of questions were coming at the leaders of Sierra Leone at that time, including Samiti Magai, Kerifa Smart, Elakoblo Gulama. They asked the question about the fact that they don't really say they want to turn the country into a communist country. Because now Shaka still will be the threat in this for say in get for align with China, Cuba them for make them form a communist state, na Sierra Leone. Okay? So that problem be done there all along. So when you're not a communist state or you're not a party based on that socialist and communist ideas, now when you feel say nobody not for passing company, we not for beautiful one. If you get money past the other company, they take that money in their hand, they shape Paolma, they will all get equal share, right? A communist state is when people that usurp everything, now the few at the top, now then they make decisions. Now any decision they make at that top, they for trickle down to all man. You were then at the bottom, you're not getting no right inside that decision making. A democratic system, now who say you as the ordinary person, you are so important in contributing to the affairs of your country. Now you make people that they go vote for better and choose parliamentarians, local council representatives, the president, the vice president. You where they go vote as the ordinary person, you have a decision to make in that. So these are some of the things we are supposed to be looking at. So anyway, the CID they decide say then they cancel the visit of the president to Freetown. Then they go meet Anamakeni. In fact, so when the CID or the police talk that one day, it be feel like I said the problem where they be want for address na Freetown, the problem don't wash. Now Makeni. You know, I see where plenty of people that they blame the Inspector General of Police or Madabio for waiting to go on. You see, fun with them. Let us watch this video. After that, we will talk about them. All right?
Continue on the rampage. Presently, people that they protest against the investigation when they investigate against the former president and the Sbn. The entire people of Makeni Town say not for happy. More or less and Apc. Pakol.
McKinney on the rampage. Presently, people they protest against the investigation when they investigate against the former president and Sbn. The entire people of McKinney don't say enough for happy. More or less and Apc.
As I talked to the analyst William of Staggered Movement, the CID authorities just arrived right now. You go see people and they sing, and then these all reach at the compound, and then they're about to enter the compound right now. You go see APCians then they outside the compound of His Excellency, former President Dr. Sbn Os. Yes, people and they jubilate. They give the young stance. As I talked to the analyst William of Staggered Movement, the CID authorities just arrived right now. You go see people and they sing, and then these all reach at the compound, and then they're about to enter the compound right now. You go see APCians then they outside the compound of His Excellency, former President Dr. Sbn Os. Yes, people and they jubilate. They give the young stance.
So, me family them, these were our brothers and sisters in McKinney. Right? To me, anybody who me they show this video to around the world, and they feel so ashamed to see this kind of thing going on in the country. And they shame bad. This protest in McKinney was uncalled for. It projects the people that are McKinney as if they're not sabi anything, they're not sabi nothing. As if they don't know what democracy is. As if they don't know what governance is. And who would they blame for all of this? Now, Sbn and the leadership of the APC. Because Sbn still wants to remain relevant. He still go with this idea, say, in his head, he is the president of Sierra Leone. You know, me family them, I like way some of we able for find ourselves in the developed countries. Because you see, when in human development, where you don't, that chronological age, where you don't reach 70, the way you think now, your mental capability, they begin to slow down, they begin to go down. It not to be the same as somebody where they inside in 30s, in 40s, and even in 50s. Once now make way you dey inside job, where you don't reach 65, plenty side the way advanced now the world that they make you retire. And when you don't, they don't try to say they don't push out to 70, but when you don't reach 70, finally now that they begin call you senior citizen. And when we look at the life expectancy in Sierra Leone, the conditions the way then they born we inside of the country, the conditions that we they grow up in, and the conditions that we they in when we are adults. The conditions are so bad that when you don't, God don't make you don't stay alive till you don't reach 70 years. Your performance, they become so unbelievable. You know, they think right anymore. You they get these grandiose, they call them grandiose ideas. You they feel big now your head. Plenty things the way they do, they out of place. But you see, the advanced country, they get this side, which side they go, whether they do what they call psychiatric assessment. That they do an assessment on your whole body, especially where you want for lead people there. Then they do an assessment on you for know your mental capability, for know if you are still fit mentally for able for lead people there. That don't mean say you crazy, but that judgment where you make critical thinking, critical judgment. They want to know if you fit for able for lead people. Unfortunately, we don't have that in Sierra Leone. So sometimes when they see the way that we brother they behave, are they attributed to some of these things that we don't have in our country? Because, Sbn, what point are you trying to make by allowing the whole people that are McKinney for count down at the street, begin at this, begin at that? You for not easily go to a radio station, tell them, say, I don't want nobody in the streets. Then one day they say a question they get for me, then they can't ask me question. When they ask me, I go make una know. Period. You for not slow that whole thing down. But you want for make like I say, you are so important that people there for jumping a street. And when you be they live this large, like even the one compound where you be in a McKinney, not so for the people of McKinney, you build that compound. Now for you one. And when you go to that compound, now one great chair is dump or now the side of the bed is the lay down. All them people here where they jump in this street where they try for demonstrate. What did you do for them specifically? After all that come out when they come out cancel, some of them when they go back to the house, they don't even get food for it for that day. They don't. So you are taking advantage of the ignorance and poverty of our people for me to do this stupid stuff the way they do. That's what you are doing. You are taking advantage of their ignorance. Because this not because now only a question that they can ask you. At the end of the day, when the man they can ask you the question, when the CID then come, the gate lock, they open them, just the two motor car and go inside. The CID then you and they sit down, they ask you question, you answer the question, then come out and go back. They, you know, like wait, why were the people supposed to be there? Oh, Sierra Leone, man, I cannot understand this. So you see, me family, these are some of the things we talk about, and people that talk to with our SLPP station. Because this is, to me, this is dumb. This not make any sense to me. Why the people are already suffering, would you want to do anything for let you bring more suffering on them? And as by Nkrumah, you are no longer the president of Sierra Leone. APC is no longer the ruling party of the country. And there is nobody after God Almighty in the Sierra Leone government. You cannot challenge government. If it means well for your people, you're not for they do things that way go make you people that suffer more. Because when you challenge government, all the one that will be on the treaty, war. You cannot challenge government. But anyway, so at the end of the day, what did they achieve there? Nothing. Because now no, it's no more than come on make. What points are you trying to make? Like when the commission of inquiry, can let we assume say they talk say and Sbn Nkrumah for stand before that commission of inquiry and ask some questions. And Sbn Nkrumah not get the mind for talk say you know they appear there. And if you say let we assume say talk say you know they go. You think say the governor who can't get him, if they want to forget him, they will come and grab him and take him to the commission. And they're going to shut the whole McKinney down. Nobody know the commoner do. You cannot challenge government. I mean, think about Charles Taylor. No rebel leader not been there in West Africa will be ruthless past Charles Taylor. He sabi bookte, he sabi speak English. He get the most weapons, ammunitions. When they ready for Ketchum, who said they Ketchum? Not to hide, not to between Nigeria and Cameroon border, not to do the Ketchum. It is right for hide. Musa is done today. Think about it. So all this nonsense stuff that what they go and do now in our country, it's not necessary, it's not called for. So now I make I get respect for Victor Fo big time. Even though we know say he was part of the problem, but this approach where you don't take rights now, I did with him on that approach. Right? So let us continue for watch.
Any positive word of assurance for say the lives of we reporters them they're safe whenever we're going to cover APC activities. No need nothing for me to continue for cover their activities, then we're going to impose a news blackout. Well, they don't respond positively yet, I will tell you. With the exception of the response of a few people like Honorable Mohamed Bangura and the former ambassador to Iraq, when Almami Kamara, when they be physically then at the scene, we go and try for rescue the reporters the way they be the beat. Apart from that, the other APC people, them including Mr. Cornelius Divo, where the head of News and Current Affairs, Samuel Wise Bangura, don't contact at least twice, and not give any positive responses, which is why we're going to officially write them today as AYV, for make them know saying that this, the people them don't do to we reporters, and at this we also intend for do. And this time round, we're going to ensure that we stop this. Currently, from the news and current affairs perspective, we are considering a 7 days ultimatum. But again, we shall be having a meeting with top management. Now, AYV for make we agree. Maybe top management will say 7 days too long or 7 days too short. So until we officially communicate that, until we officially agree as a company as to waiting for be the specific days of ultimatum, where we give to the APC for look into this and make sure say they bring the perpetrators to book, because of course we get the person where we go consider say for this one also bear the greatest responsibility. We na Alpha Apazo Bangura, Deputy Organizing Secretary of the APC, where according to we Northern Bureau Chief, now income and approach we reporters them and tell them for say AYV una no get business na so una na SLPP. Now that statements they we Northern Bureau Chief say Apazo make we the hoodlums that descend on we reporters them and beat them mercilessly. I cannot assure you for say we staff them currently secure, especially the one them way they na the Northern Bureau, to an extent that headquarters decide for someone them immediately for Kamna Freetown, because after they don't beat the dawn na the residents of Ernest by Koroma, they also follow them come na the APC na the AYV office. We at least some 50 people them with in motorbikes. We were APC close them and identify themselves as APC. The come and car sends to na the AYV office na Makeni, and they also threaten for say they not go mind for even kill AYV people them if we continue for reports on activities of the APC. So we will get cause for immediately recall we staff them first, although we don't report the matter to the police, and then we see how we go assess the general security situation. And for the general staff security, because I tell you, even we staff them get concerns as to waiting at the security. Even me daddy called me yesterday and they asked me, say, Fonsi, now all go McKinney. I say no, and then he was relieved. So you go imagine how this issue they affect with general staff then. And the management of AYV, including the president of AYV, Ambassador Navo, is fully aware for say the box stop now in table when it comes to providing security and general welfare for in staff them. So we take this very seriously, and he's deeply involved from when this thing don't happen yesterday. We don't contact him, the managing director, Dr. Dramani Lako. Everybody is on this, and we're going to ensure that after we go to handle this issue, the next time we any politician or anybody see AYV staff, if you not get good greeting for them, you they run for God aside.
Well, that
any positive word.
Okay, and so me from them, that was the spokesperson for the AYV TV, Abdullahi Fonti, right? Abdul Fonti. Well on the CM at the hot seats. You know, the result of Ernest by Koroma and the APC leadership encouraging the supporters and members of APC for amass themselves on the streets of McKinney and Nine Compound led to the beating and molestation of journalists, including the BBC journalists. Said they don't threaten like most of we don't hear the audio. Whether they threaten in life. For say the next day when they master McKinney, they kill him. Somebody send that audio out. And according to Umar Fofana, now inside McKinney, most of him family they always go there. So there is a direct threat on in life by members of the APC. Even though for the Usman and I don't can't talk say, or it may be some other elements of the country we're not to APC members. I mean, you think say they talk to fools, they talk to people that will not get sense. Which other group of politicians, which other political party members, they na Sierra Leone, all the 16 political parties, which other political party members they will know for they do stuff like that one day? So at the end of the day, these members of the APC went and attacked journalists. Journalists, they're supposed to bring out facts. Now, journalists, they're supposed for report stories to the people so they go able to see what they happen. They attack them, they beat them mercilessly. And today, we're not hearing one grain press release. And the APC, they like for full press release. We have not seen a single press release from them about that attack on journalists. We have not seen it. Okay? So, can anybody tell me for, say, APC want for let the country go be peaceful? So, when we say these things, people say we are APC. I mean, we are SLPP, or we are SLPP prone television station. I mean, I know somebody the way they talk say, okay, it is people that get right for challenge government. Of course, we agree that. And you know, when I talk say you cannot challenge government, anybody who educated for understand what I mean. I am not saying you cannot challenge government, but you cannot be violent to government. You cannot put the security and safety of the people in jeopardy against the stipulations where they come up from government, because government don't tell you for do something because you know how for do it, so you put the people their life at risk. That is a challenge to government. You cannot do that. They go after you if you do stuff like that. Andy. Can you imagine if now SLP people they do then say us away APC they do now? You think say APC for those sit down quietly enough for don't try for do stuff to them? So then journalists where they don't go beat, where they don't molest, where they don't issue live threats against them, what has the APC done about that? The best answer or response to that is a denier. They don't deny, say not to them, the members, there, not to the supporters there. Which other supporter be there inside McKinney on that day where the CID then go there? So, you know, so some of us, they say to every disadvantage, there is an advantage. So the advantage to this disadvantage is that Sierra Leoneans are seeing firsthand. Then one day when I be small picking, they will not be done born yet during the 1968 to 1992, where APC be in power. What all they do to the people them. Now they have the opportunity to see them in action again. For let one know say now so APC they do things. APC as a political party was formed on the basis of violence. Shaka Stevie, when I informed the political party, it make violence stay, it set confusion that the country stay on the day of independence in order 43 APC members they be in jail, na Panemba Road. They're not seeing the independence because they were engaged in violence. So the same thing when they happen right now, it's not new in the APC. It has always been like this. But the thing is, they are forgetting the fact, say, this is not 1978. This is not 1961. This is 2019, for goodness sake. This is not a modern era where technology don't advance. Who said the way people that they think don't advance? You cannot continue to do that same old things where they do during the colonial era. It's not going to happen this time, you know? So this is what the APC has resorted to. So let us see waiting Victor Bokari for when had been the former vice president of the country. Now, Victor Bokari for must be really frustrated with waiting to go on. Because this na one Mende man will decide for common bien in Mende people them and Fala people them, which is okay. To me, it is okay. Like me when Sidona, so I come up from the Eastern Province. But when the politics be go on, I supported for more than 10 years now. I have supported somebody from the North. All man know me for that. Now that person me don't support throughout. Now Northern Province that person come out. It just not don't win election yet. But it don't dey inside the politics for a long time. And it don't dey serve the people of Sierra Leone for a long time. So I'm not a supporter because me and you not to the same language you they speak, not to the same side will come out, right? But I admire in values the way getting them. I admire what he don't do for the country, what he don't produce for the country. I know say if he be president, it maybe if I don't even do more than what matter be able to do now, because what matter they do into that they think the same way. So I supported him for more than 10 years at ABN. Our country should not be based on they support you because we come on at the same side. No. So Victor Bokari has been a very long-serving member from the days of Shaka Stevens. He has been a member of the APC. When I all hear waiting a talk, because APC they get one style. The vice president them either they kill them or they molest them. Go back and read the history of the APC. Read that no more. You go see what be done they happen to the vice president them. Either they kill them or they molest them. One of the two. So anybody where they be vice president at APC, be ready for this. Except what we don't begin to see a kind of rise where something, a revolution where one for take place inside the APC, wherein the younger folks want to take over the governance of the party. Maybe then they go change things a little bit. But if only now the old folks that they inside, where na Shaka Stephen, I mend them, that same old way where Shaka Stephen they do things, that's why we continue to be in the APC. So Victor Ford on talk say, if him be denied for accept the offer of being the vice president after way Ernest Baikroma unconstitutionally sacked Samuel Samsumana, he say enough for them to leave by this time. Wow. I mean, this man, a senior man inside the APC, so when he talks like that, you should believe him. All right? So let me listen to some of the talks that we talk.
I think of Sierra Leone, a law-abiding citizen, since the commissions of inquiry are part of our laws of the land, and the president has signed his instrument, sent those instruments to Parliament. Parliament has passed them into law, so they are part of our laws of the land. I am a lawful citizen. I believe the commissions of inquiry must go on.
Okay, you served in the previous government, and we know that the commissions of inquiry is looking at people who served from 2007 to 2018. You are part of that government, so let's get your take on that. Would you subject to the commission of inquiry if you're called upon?
Yes, I am a very law-abiding citizen. They call on me, and of course I'm called upon to answer. I will. The commissions of inquiry, I believe, are not targeting anybody. They call on a president or a vice president or a minister. You have to go and answer. You don't even know why they are calling you. It's part of our laws. When the law wants you to answer, you have to answer. I don't want us to look at the commissions of inquiry as a witch hunt. No. You can be called upon, you go and answer. If your answers are satisfactory, for God's sake, you are let go. They are not haunting anybody. So I would rather say, for those of us that served in the last government, we should bow down to the dictates of the commissions of inquiry. It's not really our own part to say, I cannot go, you cannot do that. No. It's public knowledge that Victor Fo is going to court. The court has not found Victor Fo guilty. We are still in court. If Victor Fo is guilty, they will pronounce that verdict of guilt. If Victor Fo is not guilty, they will definitely discharge me and acquit me. And that goes for the commissions of inquiry.
So you have that confidence that you do not have questions to answer for the commissions of inquiry?
I don't know what questions they are going to ask to me. When we get to that bridge, we shall cross it.
But we know that they're investigating corruption-related offences.
I served in the last government, one as ambassador. Ambassadors are not called, but even where I may be called, as ambassador, I never signed one singular check. I never took government money on any occasion. I served diligently until I was appointed vice president in 2015, 19th of March. As vice president, I never signed any check. I never took any government money that was not legitimate. I signed for my salary. I signed for my allowances. I signed no contract. I will repeat that. I signed no contract. I gave no contract to my friend, or any member of my family. So let me don't presuppose what questions I may be asked to answer. But if they ask me any question, I'll be prepared to answer those questions. And I will appeal to all others across the board. Let us go and subject ourselves to the drill. That's part of our laws. They form part of our laws. So let us subject ourselves to the Commission of Inquiry. It is not, I don't look at them as switch on. No.
Okay. Also, do you think your voice will be heard when we know that you belonged to the APC and right after the flag bearer was selected, you bowed out? Do you think they'll listen to you? Because we know that they are the only people who have problems with the commissions of inquiry.
I wouldn't believe that they are the only people that have problems with the commissions.
They are the ones who are raising more objections.
Those who did wrong may have, or of course, will have problems with the commissions of inquiry. You know, in democracy, it's not merely serving, but you have to be accountable. You must be transparent. What are we hiding? Why are we shouting? I believe if you are a law-abiding citizen, when they call you to the Commission of Inquiry, it is better you go and clear your name. Commissions of Inquiry have been there before. You go. You clear your name. But why are we throwing stones? Why are we shouting? I will appeal to Sierra Leoneans, not just the ministers, or deputy ministers, or vice presidents, or even the president then, Dr. Ernest Bakruma. It is better we go before the commissions of inquiry and we get a clean bill of slate. That is better than we hide and shout, we are making noise, and the poor people will be suffering. When we were signing these checks, when we were doing whatever we may have done, the poor people were not there. Why should we shield ourselves now? I am appealing not just to the APC, to every Sierra Leonean, and I am appealing to every political party. Appealing to every political party. C4C, NGC, anybody in politics. In fact, even business people. Commissions of inquiry are not meant for any one category of person. When they call Victor Fo, if Victor Fo feels Mr. X or Mrs. Y did this and that and not Victor Fo, they cannot stop me. I'll call the person, I'll name the person. But let us go and go through this drill. It's part of democracy. When you are there, you have to account. It's not a question of you cannot account. So if we are shouting, let us don't look at the commissions of inquiry as a witch hunt. I don't believe they are. I am in court. I don't think they are running after me. They are asking me questions. If I did no wrong, I don't want to comment on that because the matter is in court. But if I did no wrong, the court will let me go. If I did wrong, the court will hold me responsible. That's part of democracy. I believe it's part of the democratic process.
Okay, so let's talk about the opposition's claims that they would not be part of this commission of inquiry because, as they tagged it, a kangaroo court, because they are asking for other people who served during those years to be included also.
You know, I was a member of parliament in 1996 or from 1996 to 2002 as a member of parliament for the APC. And I was very vocal in parliament. Parliament is when properly constituted as it is, they pass laws, we have to obey those laws. It would be wrong for anybody from any political party to call what Parliament has done and properly done. Anybody calling or referring to the commissions as a kangaroo court is contemptuous of Parliament. They are not, in my view, a kangaroo court. They are not. Let us obey what Parliament has said and let us respect what government is doing. And I believe we have right to defend ourselves. It is when we say no that the trouble comes. And it is not good for democracy that we are outside, we are not lawmakers, and they want to make the laws for the people. We don't. In a democracy, yes, the opposition has a right to criticize, but we must be constructive. Let us don't go criticizing the way perhaps, it could be done in the Crouton Road market or Dovecourt market. Parliament has done what they feel they have done, and we have recourse to the courts if we are not satisfied. I am a retired politician. What I want for the country is peace. I don't want any Sierra Leonean to be hurt. I want peace, and I'm happy in the New Year message of the president. He did say he was committed to a peace commission, and that commission, if properly addressed, not throwing stones or missiles at those commissioners, we will have peace. We must work as one people in our only God-given country, Sierra Leone. Let us don't work in discord.
Okay. Some school of thought may say it's because you have gained sympathy with this government. That's why you're advocating for people to be part of the commission, even though you know that the party you formerly belonged to are crying foul.
I am a retired politician. I have not resigned from my party. English words are to be understood better. I said, I am now a retired politician. I am a statesman, and I will advise any political party that wants my advice. So I am not a member that has resigned from the APC, but to say I will go out and jump and throw stones at police, I will never do that. When a policeman wants me to stop, I stop. When the policeman passes orders, I take those orders. We cannot be seen fighting on the street. No. I have no sympathy other than the sympathy every Sierra Leonean who is law-abiding gets from government. I have not hurt anybody. So why should anybody run after me? I have no sympathy, a special sympathy or special sympathy or particular sympathy from government. But every law-abiding Sierra Leonean has the right to live as a peaceful citizen and to be protected by government. But if you offend the laws of the land, the government will run after you. I have not offended the laws of the land. So I will appeal to all politicians to respect the laws of the land. Even the courts, they can call you to court. Government will decide. They say they don't prosecute you. It happens. There is in our constitution, the no prosecute thing. They could discontinue, but you must obey the laws. No, Victor Fo is just Victor Fo. I have not changed. I have merely said I am retired.
But you are still a member of the APC party.
I have not resigned. If I resign from APC after this interview, I could decide. If I decide to just stay apolitical, it's all my own business. But I am a retired politician. And as a statesman, I am not going to be seen fighting on the street or disobeying the laws of the land. No. When they called me to go to the ACC, I just said yes, and I was there. I was there. I am standing trial. What is wrong with it? It is better for me to stand trial and give my points on the table and let people see. Let them hear that I did no wrong, than to say, no, don't run after. Why? What are we hiding? Why are we hiding? Let us don't hide. So my own appeal to my compatriots across the board, not just the APC. It goes for the NGC. There are people who were part of government who may be in the NGC. There are those who are in the C4C. You see, I don't think this is a partisan thing. For God's sake, there are those who are in the SLPP. But it is not a crime for government to say, no, I will not call Madam Zainab. The law, you go to court. So many of you could commit an offense, if ever. But the law could pick upon 1, 2, 3, they will use one to even prosecute all of you. So I want us, politicians, My friends, the bulk of my friends, APC, they are my friends, everybody. Outside there, you see the people in the veranda. These are all my friends. You see, I am only a very law-abiding citizen. And there are those people who don't want to respect the laws of the land. You see, if you are asking me sympathy, see, my sympathy goes to the Constitution or for the Constitution. And my sympathy goes for law-abiding citizens. I am not happy to see Sierra Leoneans put in jail, but if a Sierra Leonean chooses to be hostile and to break the laws of the land, well, when you are getting the brunt of the law, it's all your business. So my appeal is, let us be law-abiding, let us respect the rules of the game, and let us live at peace. Peace is paramount. Let us don't break this peace. So if you ask me a question, whether I am enjoying sympathy, I am enjoying no special sympathy, but I am a very law-abiding citizen. And everybody is my friend, including Ernest Kuruma is my friend. He's my friend. I can only appeal to him that we go according to the laws of the land. Madabiu is my friend. And Madabiu is president of Sierra Leone. He is my president. Ernest Kuruma is my retired president. He is not the president. He is no longer the president. He is my retired president. Draw that distinction. And Madabiu is president of this country. There is no other way. I believe Ernest Kuruma must know that he is a retired president and Madabiu is president of Sierra Leone. No two ways about it. Honorable Julia Jallo is vice president of Sierra Leone. Victor Fo is not. I bow down to Julia Jallo. He is vice president of Sierra Leone. I am a retired vice president, a law-abiding citizen. So I respect the law. I am a Democrat. We may have our differences, but I never challenge authority unnecessarily. No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. As a citizen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that is Honorable Victor Bokari Fo, former Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who was handpicked by the President after the President unconstitutionally sacked the elected Vice President, Alhaji Samuel Samsumana. You see, one thing we elect Victor Fo, the man is sabi politics bad. You know, something they bug me now, gentlemen. Please give me a second. Let me take care of it. It's a bit politics bad. You see, waiting Victor Fo they do right now, so you go find out say now people them inside the SLPP and the other political party then they talk for her right now. Now then they advocate for her. People that don't make t-shirt they all what they say we stand with Victor Fo. We're not so APC members then. I like Victor Fo. He knows how to do his stuff. So, waiting with this guy for Toknaya is the man, whether he is doing it hypocritically or not, waiting in the talk make absolute sense. Waiting Victor Fo the talk makes sense. Because the fundamental misunderstanding where the APC Ernest Kroma get and some of the people them were Ernest Kroma more. Now the fact say no one for accept say he is no longer president of Sierra Leone. That Julius Madabiu is now the president of Sierra Leone. And so he's not able to move past that aura of importance we be get, that power we be get. He's not able to move past that. Especially that's the way they sack Ernest Kroma, that supreme executive power where he interpret for say dictatorship. I get all right for the whole country. So he's not able for pass that stage yet, for able for accept say he is no longer the president of Sierra Leone. So it is still go with these grandiose ideas. Now I could say for the one way don't they work on human services. This Miami if you say Ernest Kroma need for go for psychiatric evaluation. They need to go assess them, let them know in thinking process if it's still mentally fit to lead a group of people. I mean, some people are going to look at and say it is too much of talking about him. But this is the truth. This night happen in all advanced countries. You don't go put somebody before when away they go and do things erroneously. And this is where I have no patience for APC members, the highly educated members of the party. We get high experience. Then the left, these kind of things are happening to their party and they're not able for stepping and correct them. You have to step in and correct. This man is messing with your future. It don't amass in your wealth. It don't build in your compound. It don't get everything you want to get. Why would you still continue to allow him to mess with your own future? Why? Like other one that will jump in the streets in McKinney, what has an Sbn done for you specifically as an individual? Because when I go and I go say 90% of when I go back in the house, when I not even know, when I not get food for it. Pass when I get for food for it. He did not provide food for you. He did not do anything. So why they put your life on the line for somebody where they take decisions, they make decisions that are erroneous? Right? So this is, and this whole thing, what they do is because then if you say this violent behaviors, this behavior of intimidation, then go able for use them, so then go able for avoid the commissions of inquiry. You cannot avoid the commissions of inquiry. This, just like how Victor Fo talk, it was properly passed in Parliament. Where they can go the commission of inquiry as an instrument in Parliament, the APC parliamentarians then come together and they oppose the sitting of the commission in Parliament. For me, they're able for squash them and abolish and let it not happen. They opposed it in Parliament. That is their right. They did the constitutional due diligence to stand up against the instrument. So when they don't stand up against the instrument, the Speaker or the Clerk of the House, they presented this instrument for debate in Parliament. For me, they debate and thoroughly for know if the commission of inquiry for take place or not. We don't bring twice now. Then discuss them thoroughly. When they don't discuss them, done. Now the Speaker talks say, the Speaker of the House, Dr. Abbas Mundu, now he talks say, all they want them where they in favor of the motion where APC don't bring the Parliament for let this commission of inquiry not take place, will not indicate by saying yay. Now the one the way they in favor, now they say yay. All the one the way they against the motion where APC don't bring the Parliament for let this commission not go take place. If we are there against that APC motion, we not indicate by saying no. The people that know they against, they say no. So by the two voices they all hear in a Parliament, the one that will say no to what the APC bring in a Parliament, there be Bokupas, the one that will say yay. So the leader of the APC opposition in Parliament, when a Sherix, now he talks, he said that's not enough for be a decision. He said therefore go into voting. He said therefore vote. So now the Speaker say, okay, let's vote. But you see, an instrument like that one, the way don't go to Parliament, according to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, for let you can go a motion against any instrument at Parliament, for let that you motion they able for stand, if forget 94 votes. So when they don't go into this voting, APC ended up getting 74 votes. The one that would oppose the APC motion, they end up forget 62 votes. So therefore, APC not able to get the 94 votes where they don't get for able for avoid the commission of inquiry. And so therefore, the Speaker of the House, Dr. Abbas Mundu, announced the motion did not stand and therefore the commission will go ahead. This was what happened. So this issue, this instrument was properly debated. It was presented in Parliament. There was a motion against it. It was debated. Then go through all the constitutional procedures there for let the commission take place. And therefore, the commission is now a law binding on the country. That is what Victor Fo is talking about. So you know go grab you one for can now begin for stand against something where Parliament don't pass. Parliament now the whole Sierra Leone. It's because we country now 7 million people, we all not going to go inside parliament for talk about country. Now make could they elect people that for go represent to it. So anything where they talk is binding on the country. This is the understanding that some people don't have. And like I would not tell you, APC not a democratic party. They don't understand how democracy they work. They believe in that dictatorship where they can anything where they talk at the top now final all man for listen. It doesn't work like that in a democracy. Democracy, things that they happen by procedures. All right? So this is what happened. So the other thing where the APC they begin for do now, they begin for threatening the leaders of the civil society. Let us see what in the civil society then self-talk about the commission.
According to a recent district survey, results published in the Awoko newspaper supporting the upcoming commission of inquiry indicates as follows. Koinadugu district supports the commission of inquiry with 72% approval. Bombali district, where our chairman hails from, which we expect, sir, supports the commission of inquiry with 68.3% approval. Bo district supports the commission of inquiry with 98.4% approval. Western area supports the commission of inquiry with 85.6% approval. The total average mean of district support for the commission of inquiry is 81%, translating into the nationwide Sierra Leonean support for the upcoming commission of inquiry. I have no doubt that on the 13th, people are going to come out beyond that 81%. Against this backdrop, I would like to leave you with 5 key reasons as to why Sierra Leoneans should support the upcoming commission of inquiry, which as well serves as justification in support of the 81% countrywide approval of the commission of inquiry. They are as follows. 1, that the 3 legal instruments of the commission of inquiry were passed in our state parliament, thoroughly debated and ratified into law. Therefore, according to a recent district survey, results published in the Awoko newspaper supporting the upcoming commission of inquiry indicates as follows.
Right? So, me family, this na the civil society where they represent the civilians in the country. Now they don't voice this. They are in support of the commissions of inquiry. So, what else? And you know, Victor Ford don't talk what he's supposed to talk when the reality. He not be member of parliament. Anything where they pass the parliament, once they go through the proper procedures, it becomes binding on the country. So this is a fruitless endeavor on the part of the APC for them to start intimidation, for them to perpetrate violence, and with the hope that that's going to make they go cancel the commission. No, the commission will cancel. First of all, where government don't talk something for, let government take them back. It go face a lot of questions in SSF. So now I make plenty of we know say, the side who say Madabi don't set the bar. In SSF, you're not going to put that bar, they don't know more. Because it don't make the expectation of Sierra Leoneans is so high. For let Brian Candon again, it not go easy. It go get a dent into your political idea, future. So the commissions of inquiry is a major step for Sierra Leone to move in the right direction. Because nothing else not be done hold the country down past corruption. And you know, Madabi don't talk. Even when it gonna corner, it talk and they for say the commission of inquiry is not to jail people. But the money that they be done thief, now in them just one they pay them money then they back. And you know the anti-corruption commission don't already get some of that money back. So the commission just the kind of continue the work. Let us get money back. You know, let us get money back. Not so we no more get this money now. We all get them. Madabi don't talk around. They not to for jail person. But we say the truth. They let us talk. Let us get commission. If you been take with money, give money back. Period. Because when you hold person put on a jail, now you get for the feed down, now you get for make sure we don't want to go into all that human right violation, human right that they can't check in a prison and they don't. We don't want to go into that. Give money back, let you go your way, we still go away. That's it. Oh, my people there. Anyway, family them, Stick around with me as we continue to bring the programs to you. Once more, today is my birthday. I don't devote this day to Sierra Leone. All right, stick around with us.
Thousands of women are victims of rape, gender-based and sexual violence all over the world. And majority of these are little children. That's why Coach Kobe sing this little song.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
You better hear me when me sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman then. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
Mr. Government, you really got to do something. You got to do something against the rapist, the one that way they rape woman then. And the parliament, you really got to do something. You got to do something against the rapist, the one that way they rape woman. Mr. Officer, you got to arrest them all. You got to arrest them all and lock them up, the one that way they rape woman. And the judiciary, you got to sentence them now. You got to sentence them all and lock them up, the one that way they rape woman then.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
You better hear me when me sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman then. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
Each and every day women are crying. Each and every day women are wailing, with no one to wipe away them tears, and no one to find them a solution. Oh, what a moral destruction. Women are suffering from sexual abuse. Give them equal rights, demand them refuse. Even little girl sugar daddy them misuse. And when them get pregnant, them price don't reduce. Tell me, how do you feel to see your sister raped? Oh brother man, can you really tell me how it feels like to see your mother raped? Oh brother man, you better hear me when they sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
You better hear me when me sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman then. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
Sexual harassment they increase every day. Violence against women are the order of the day. For enforce the law, police take the play. Mr. Government, is no time for delay. Oh, why? Right in the city, they rape women. And in the east, women are be raped. The north and the south, they rape women too. Oh, what a disgrace to the human race. Why man then they act like say them grace? Inhuman acts all over the place. Sexual violence is a big, big disgrace. Almighty Jah, we need your grace. Oh, now, you better hear me when me sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
You better hear me when me sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman then. Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
Just go be man sing say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman.
Now we stop.
Now we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Now we left for rape woman then.
Jail bands pan the beat say.
Oh yes, now we left for rape woman then. Then we try to stop the one that way they rape woman. Then we left for rape woman then.
So now we back at the hotel.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Master PV, of course, level left for rape woman then. I mean, that are the lowest level where any man can come, you know? I mean, for rape woman, just because you don't see woman vulnerable, you know, get strength like you go rape them. So the education against violence against women, sexual harassment is now high in Sierra Leone. And so we appreciate that. We appreciate the government for, you know, putting a high mark on that, you know, for that sexual violence, that rape and all that stuff. You know, that's not a characteristics for Sierra Leoneans. You know, the inside with DNA, you know, the part of us. Why should people be engaged in that? So that's now Master PV from Freetown, Sierra Leone. We want to extend with thanks and appreciation to you for singing a song with a sober message inside. Ladies and gentlemen, today na my birthday. You know, January 20, na my birthday, na the day this way my mama bring me kind of this world. So this day as I dedicate time to my mother, to my father, and of course, to the people of Sierra Leone. You know, na a big day for me now also. And the one day they work with me at the studio, they all don't wish me happy birthday. I appreciate them for everything. I appreciate all, man. And I don't say you say where they watch here and that, even though you not go like some of the things they want to talk, but for the mere fact that me and you two come up from Sierra Leone, now for wish me happy birthday on this day, you know. If myself no say that you birthday this, I they wish you happy birthday. In fact, I go make special program for you now. I go bring you come, I talk to you, you know, we sing song for you. Now the cake no more I'm not going to buy for you because I don't know who say they are not going to send the cake today. But this na birthday, the day where you can at this world. And if you appreciate what God don't do for you, stay now you're there alive, you for be happy, you for be appreciative. So today is my birthday, right?
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Today I just wanted to take a quick moment to express my thanks and appreciation to the Almighty God for everything He has done in my life, everything He has done for me. A few people in my life that I would like to say thanks to, of course, to my dear father, Mr. Martin Moy Sharif, who is currently in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for everything that he did for me as a son, and that there's nothing I can give him as a reciprocation or as a replica of what he did for me in my life, from when I was a little boy coming up and all the way to where I am now. I want to say a lot of thanks to him for everything. That's my father, the grandfather of my children. Of course, I also want to take opportunity of this moment to say special thanks to my mother, because Fatmata Mami Sharif, who is currently in Kenema. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for bringing me to this world and for everything that you did. You never went to school, but you were very determined to ensure that I acquire Western education. And you did everything humanly possible to ensure that whatever I needed for me to go to school, that I had it. And so today I should be grateful to you. There's nothing I can give you as a payment for what you did in my life. So thank you, Mom. Of course, I want to say a lot of thanks to the mother of my children for, being there as a woman. I'm talking about Esther Bengura. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for, being a very good mother, for being there for the family, for doing everything that you can do in your own powers to keep the family going. I want to say a lot of thanks to you. Yes, happy birthday to me, and I want for use this day in a good way. Of course, yes. You have to be very happy for being alive from the time where your mama born you onto the time where you are alive. You have to be happy. So I want to say plenty thank you to all the one that way they say happy birthday to me, where they wish me a happy birthday. The one that way call me today, wish me a happy birthday. Thank you for everything. I appreciate all of that. All the good people. I get plenty other good people that I'm in life. Some of them they were not able to call right now because of time. I'm not able to call their name, but they know themselves. I say thank you for everything what you did do. All right. Okay, so me family, the next level go to the President, His Excellency, retired Brigadier General Julius Madabio in visit to Kono. Of course, we know say Egona Kono. Kono continues to be a very important district in Sierra Leone. Not only because Nade the diamond they come out, but when it comes to politics, the Kono people they look like say they sabi play politics bad. And so therefore they are a factor when it comes to politics. Me for what small I get crushed on Kono people they bad. Today. So the Kono people, me not fan of una, I deal with una, whatever when I do, I support una full. I like the fact that una they stand on principles. Where Kono people they don't talk say that they support you. No matter what, then they with you. But when you don't do something to them, when they decide to say that they come up behind you, no matter whether now when all born at the same district, they come up behind you. So now I make them the advise Samuel Samsumana for like be very careful, because that confidence where they give and it's by Kroma and the APC for say they get control over Kono people there. And I feel say that true, because when we look at waiting the Kono people then do after we then see and it's by Kroma and Samuel Samsumana they hug and shake hand and McKinney. What we see, then they take t-shirts where Samuel Samsumana hate day panam. Whether they burn C4C day panam, whether they burn put fire panam. And waiting we see on Friday where the president go na Kono, waiting we see two complete different stories. Alright? So the president was in Kono on a nationwide thank you tour. You know, say the president after we win, if you don't talk, say you get for go right around the country for tell the people then thank you for when them vote for him for be president. And you don't talk, say, in way talk something, they do them. How they call her right now, they say talk and do. Talk and do. When you say something, for do them. For the first time, we don't get a president where be the campaign, a talk say, well, when I elect me, I go do this. And when you don't win, it don't begin for do anything in it. So any side we say go for this thank you tour, they deliver something for the people then. When you go to Kenema, one of the things that will be no Kenema for during the APC era was the fact that the president under the APC and Sbn Kroma abandoned Kenema because the people that they strongly support SLPP. So they abandoned them. The Kenema when have been one of the best cities in Sierra Leone. The people there for 10 years, the streets they all dilapidate. When a dry season, as also dust the people that they inhale throughout for 10 years. When rainy season come, na poto then na they turn throughout. Then pothole where sit down, and then the mosquito that they go breed. When nets come, they go bet people, then plenty people then die of malaria and other mosquito-related diseases. So this is what the APC and Sbn Kroma did to the people of Kenema. So when Marabio go na Kenema on a thank you tour, what did he do? He commissioned all the major up to 66 streets in Kenema are to be tarred. And most of the major streets they don't tar there right now. Then when he go na McKinney, waiting he do na the north. Right? When he go na the north, he give them ambulances. When are free, that anytime when somebody fall down, when they need for Krangona Hospital, quick one. Therefore, call the number we are associated with that ambulance and therefore can take them and Krangona Hospital. Then a go to Magroka Boys High School side and Sbn Kroma attend. Wait for 10 years and not get my make in your alma mater. Who said the former Minister of Education, Mikhail Oba, when at the same school you attend, they not get my make in your school. Madabio go, it tell and say that school is going to be refurbished. That school is going to come back as the College of the North or the University of the North. Because that's what they call the school. So, waiting Madabio deliver for the people of Kono. Stick around. All right, and so me people, that's His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, on his nationwide thank you tour to the Eastern Damonferious Zone, Damonferious District of Connaught. Now, enter inside Connaught, and that's how he was welcomed in Connaught City. And so this is completely how Sierra Leoneans, they do things. And Connaught people, then specifically, when you are good to them, they are good to you. When you're not good to Connaught people, then they're not good to you either. And so, you know, now this would they talk about. Whether you be in any other political party, but the mere fact that you even turn around and see videos like this, who say you genuinely see Sierra Leoneans are happy to welcome their president. It is peaceful, it is nice. I mean, you should be proud of how far the country don't go. So that's where some of us are happy about the direction where the country is heading. You know, with country, if you continue like this in the next 5, 10, 20 years from now, you're not going to even want for dinner in any other country. You want to go back na salon because everything will be available. You know, if we not get another government, we go come and dismantle everything what they do now, you know, because government is supposed to continue. So that was Julius Madabio. And one of the things that we go tell the people that Kono, we don't try to forget that video, but I don't know who said we don't save them, so we're not able to get them. But we don't watch it. And one of the things that we tell them was that the people of Kono, where it be the campaign, it promised them for say if they elect them, it go come back and tell them thank you. And when they tell them thank you, it go deliver something to them. So Kono district is going to get a University of Science and Technology. And you know, say Madabiona talk and do. Not to talk and lie. Talk and do. When you say stuff, you get for do them. So the University of Science and Technology. And one part, the A as another science they wouldn't get for do is to study our minerals. The diamonds, where they come up from Kono, study them in such a way that instead of we get diamond them, we'll go sell them to Lebanese. Lebanese take them, a crown go, we said that they go polish and end up for make boku money. Maybe we say go able for the polish we own diamonds, we go able for cut them and polish them in Sierra Leone. Just like how they do in Botswana. Maybe we can do the same thing. So that is why that university is needed in that part of the country. So that was what it delivered. And apart from that, it also give the ambulances. Free ambulances. So if you fall sick and you need to go to the hospital immediately, you now have a number you can call and the ambulance will come and get you and take you to the hospital. So he delivered that to them. So we want to tell the president plenty thank you on where they deliver on him promise. Whatever I tell the people that they do am. So one part of Pekin, he get for talk to the media for express in your own perception about everything that happened at Kono on that day, right? Stick around.
The initiation where it starts for introduce free education since in history and the first time that they for introduce free education. So because of that, we'll let them. We'll tell the president thank you for the free education we introduced. We're glad for receive and we in Kanye yesterday since yesterday, but oh come on, we're not able to see the part because of the crowd we come yesterday. But today we'll go happy for seeing him because crowd not the boku, but today we'll go able to see the part and we're glad for receive and we're glad for receive the gift they will go for can give you. We tell and thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you, sir, for where you count this initiation, for bringing free education with the school picking the Ugladi, not to one person, but all Sierra Leone, Ugladi, or parents they being glad for count this initiation for say free education, Ugladi. For that, to the thank you, let God give long life and prosperity, let God continue for elevate you, let God make the dream we get for Sierra Leone and come to pass, let able to do one until the end of your own time. We tell you thank you, sir. The initiation where it starts for introduce free education since in history and the first time that they for introduce free education. So because of that, we'll let them. We'll tell the president thank you for the free education we introduced. We're glad for receive and we in Kanye yesterday since yesterday, but oh.
All right, and so this now some of the talks that way is just a sampling that we did on one of the students. Then they talk about what do they think about the president's visit to that part of the country. And as a student, he is very happy about the fact that the president has been able to successfully implement the free quality education program, which is going on now. And the thing that is good about this free education, you remember that time that when I been campaign, will be the campaign, plenty of people that be they doubt Madabio on the free quality education. In fact, we're going to BBC Focus on Africa, where we get a small blunder. The people that we feel say he's incompetent, he cannot be president, he's not qualified, right? Remember that thing. So the president was still focused on the initiation, the Pekin talk the English right. He said the initiation of the free quality education of the country, the president has been focused on it. And the thing that is good about this is, one, education is key to success any side. Education, now key to success any side. Okay? We get one country in Europe we then call Finland. Finland will be one of the poorest countries in Europe. 20, 30 years ago, it was one of the poorest. And today, Finland, not only one of the countries there where they amass money and wealth in the country, we don't get an improved economy. But now one of the countries in Europe we get highly educated citizens. You know how they tackle them? They not be get good schools, they not be get natty. They say they do things just exactly like how they do in Salon. Where APC take over that 1978, don't get one party state, all the way to 1992, where the soldiers then can't pull them. Then clamp down on education, then kill education. All the good things will be happen in school, not be happen again. We now all know say this is what was happening in the country, and this is the truth. So that the same thing will happen in Finland. But when they decide whether they don't get a government will focus on education, because the building of human capital is so important in any country. When your people are educated, when they are enlightened, they know their rights, they know their responsibilities, and they know their roles as citizens of a country. I may just see an example, Ghana. Look how Ghana they right now. But anyway, where Finland and come, how they tackle the problem of education. What did they do first? Now all the schools then they decide say, if you not get a qualification where a master's degree, minimum, they teach in any of the schools. From elementary to go up. All the one the way they teach in a master's degree then get. Okay? Per education. And number two, every classroom where they get inside the school system in Finland. Now 3 teachers in that classroom there. 1 teacher there when in the tinap na the blackboard na they teach the pikin. The other teacher there where they make sure say the pikin and they focus on what they teach them. That if you want to be sidetracked, or distracted, then they make you focus back to what the teacher they teach you. Then the other teacher they were in your duty now for help the pikin the way they struggle at the classroom for either understand what they teach them or for let them able for follow the competence so they not lag behind. 3 teachers to 1 class. They don't do that one day for over the past 20 to 30 years. Today, they are one of the most educated countries in Europe. And when you look at the economy, that education we then get the country don't transform into the improvement of the economy. So, any leader where we get in Sierra Leone, we puts premium on education, that leader is what appreciating, because it look like say it understand the problem of the country and it know how to tackle the problem of the country. I mean, they go bring all these good things for help the country, the infrastructure, this. But if our people are not educated, they don't know how for that basic education what they need, they not get them. No matter what you bring them, it not go better. We would fall back at the same place we all been there. And you cannot continue to do the same thing and expect a change. So if you need a change, you have to do things differently. All right? So we appreciate Julius Madabio for paying premium to education, for paying attention to education, and waiting ever some of we go do for make a positive contribution to this free quality education, we'll do it. All right? So now I make way some of we in a Sherix broadcast network. We don't hear you plenty way with family that they talk say, oh, we now do our citizens them, we in other countries then. We suppose for the participate per we country in business. We suppose for the vote per the elections them. Of course, that is true. Ghana right now, all Ghanaians the way they abroad, then they participate per the elections. Nigerians, the same thing. Right? So why not Sierra Leone? If other countries are doing it, why not us? If in America all day, the one they win Americans, the way they in other country, where election time can they get the way then they vote. But I get this thing where some of you they think about, and we are going to implement it, and we want our listeners to pay attention to this. If you're not a Sierra Leonean, where they abroad, we're not going to salon yet, we are going to form this organization that we call Citizens Responsibility Pact. Okay? You want for let government allow you for let you vote in the country. Waiting you go show as your responsibility for able for tell government say we waiting abroad. This is what we are doing for our country, and so therefore allow us to be part of the democratic process. Okay, we know say every Sierra Leonean way they abroad with the same money to individual family members and friends and businesses. We they do that all the time. In fact, now that they help the Sierra Leonean economy to be stimulated. Because the money where you they send, the one where they send, the other one with the other brother they send, the other sister they send, put together, they help for stimulate the economy. Because if I send money, me or ma go buy one bag rice, right? That person where they sell that rice, they benefit from that money where I don't send. The person where they sell palm, they benefit from that money where I don't send. The person where they sell pepper, they benefit from that money where they send. And even the one that way now, my mama and neighbors, they way cook that food days or say go give this a good one, they benefit from that money. That is how Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, that is how we contribute to the economy of the country. We help the economy to be stimulated. But apart from that, what else can we do as a collective group for able for tell government say, we when a Sierra Leone and we they abroad, this is our own help to help this country develop. Like the free quality education we don't carry it, this is how we can help you to achieve that. So the Citizens Responsibility Pact, they form together with other Sierra Leoneans, and we are inviting all other Sierra Leoneans around the world to be part of it. Now, this Citizens Responsibility Pact is going to create an educational endowment wherein we talk, say, inside every 12 months, when a 1 year, you when a member of this group, will they get a central body, will say, you they go put $100 a day. Wow, just $100. So let we accept, say, we don't get up to 3,000-4,000 Sierra Leoneans all over the world. They're ready for put that $100 every year. So $100 times 3,000, how much that one day? Boku money, right? We will take that money, they will go give government. For say this, now we don't help this, for the free quality education, for help the free quality education to succeed. This is our own help. Well, we don't do that in the 1 year, 2 years, the government don't see say we are consistent in doing it. Then the one that now where they are hungry, when our law then studying our lawyers, they will send in a freedom for me them go prevail on parliament, for me them pass that bill they for say, we were they abroad, this is our contribution to the country, so therefore make us part of the electoral process, make us part of the democratic process. They're not going to say, they're not going to listen to we. So some of us are thinking about that, and we want you to join us to do that. So by the next broadcast, we'll go able for bring an information on that, and we'll go able for give you details about how for do them. All right? So that is what we are going to do. But anyway, for let we able for end with broadcast today, we want to end our broadcast by bringing into focus one Sierra Leonean that we get a very special respect for. Where we know say a Sierra Leonean, we're very selfless. A Sierra Leonean we love, we been like the country pass mark, just like how we all like the country. But we it demonstrate for say elect this country. Right? So we pay a tribute to that Sierra Leonean today. We respect them, we appreciate them, we hail them, and we're not going to ever forget about them. Stick around.
Sherix Stevens era, of which you were a member of the cabinet.
No, look, I told you, my own tenure of office has been some information. There's nothing to apologize. Nothing to apologize.
But Sherix Stevens failed the nation then, and you were part of his team.
Well, everybody was part of the team of Sierra Stevens, the APC. Everybody, it was a one party.
In the last couple of years, though, Temu Bangura has been a very fierce critic of the Momo government in and out of Parliament. And he almost paid for it with his life.
There was an attempt on my life, yes. The BBC carried it. There was a shooting incident in my house, and the matter was being investigated. Up to this present day, nobody has come out with anything about it. In fact, I went to Parliament with the bullet. They attempted to assassinate me.
Now he too is delighted to see a new military government making demonstrable progress in a matter of weeks.
I am an extremely, very, very happy man. From the evidence of what is happening now, believe me, I'm very happy. I can go now to a filling station and buy my petrol without much ado.
You don't have to queue.
I don't have to queue. That kind of thing. Smuggling of diamonds and gold, being reduced to the barest minimum. Corruption also is gradually being reduced to the barest minimum, because the leadership is setting the example. And once it does, the others will follow.
Mama in exile, Bambi in prison. Mama in exile, Bambi in prison. Mama in exile,
during the Shaker Stevens era.
All right, that's now late Honorable Temu Bangura. We paid tribute to Temu Bangura today. We appreciate him, we hail him, and we'll not go ever forget him. Some of us are pushing for let Temu Bangura get in statute somewhere in Sierra Leone. For let all man go the past that they look at that statute. Because after we don't go through 11 years of brutal civil war, where it not be done reach 11 years yet, but where the civil war don't encroach on the country, where Sierra Leoneans then come together and talk, say, after two national conferences, Bintimani 1 and Bintimani 2, where then come together and talk, say, even though the war not done it, and we don't know when the war go done, but we want to get election and get a democratically elected president, and that president, the Ingo bring peace can down at the country. Temu Bangura was a man who played a very important role during the 1990. You know, for them when they were young, we not been they understand, we not be part of the electoral process then in 1996. Oh, don't go into election. We get nobody not be able to forget 55% of the votes. That's now the top political parties at that time were the SLPP when Atijan Kababi the lead. The APC at that time, I don't know who that be the lead. Well, APC not be the top, not to be in fact top political party at that time. Now be the SLPP, the UNPP where Kefa Smart be the lead, and the PDP Sobe when Temu Bangura be the lead. So when we don't go into that first election, nobody not able to get for 55%. The SLPP gets some percentage lead, then UNPP, Kefa Smart get another percentage, now it be the next to SLPP. So we are supposed to go into a runoff. But the country be don't hang in a so much delicate balance that if anything before go wrong, the war will begin at the country for the worst. So it was time for national cohesion. It was time for let the northern province, because the war be don't almost try for descend into tribal war. So for avoid that tribal war, wait for don't be bad past the war we been on fed for all them years and day. It was Temu Bangura who decided, say, a get for combine with the SLPP. He was PDP Sobe from the north, with majority of the Timini and Northern Province tribes then have been members of that party, whereas we know say SLPP began strong base in the southeast of the country. So Kefa Smart of the UNPP instead began stronghold in the north and Freetown. So Kefa Smart be the try for convince Temu Bangura for the Otu march against the SLPP. Temu Bangura said, no, if I do that, this country not go get peace. This country go descend into anarchy, way bad past the one we experience right now. So he decided to join the SLPP for let the country get national cohesion. That's how the SLPP was able to come back to power, and that's how we were able to get peace. That's how we were able to bring Fodes Sanko to the peace negotiation table, and that's how we were able to continue with the democracy that we have today. So some of us will never forget about Temu Bangura. Temu Bangura will always continue to be somebody who will hail. It will always continue to be somebody we will not ever forget about. And we want for let other Sierra Leoneans they know say this Maya na a patriotic Sierra Leonean will not forever, do anything for, like the one they were doing at the north. It go fine for let una use this Maya as an example, as a very good example that the country, whenever when I try for do anything. If Temu Bangura be there alive, waiting happen at McKinney, where other people in the can on the street, enough for don't happen. Because if I don't sensitizing people against what they do, enough for don't happen. So we want to say a lot of thanks to Temu Bangura and all in family, and we'll go continue for pray for him, and we'll go continue for hail him as a national hero. All right? So me family them stick around as we try to come to the end of the program.
Zero could belong by your cab and car. But I'm a put them to them come a little shit. They promise me it's a 10-minute thing. I'm missing you, girl. Please come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Jada Diesel on the beat.
Go in it, go in it. 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 Oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Go in it, 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 go in it. Oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Yeah, Makatara, yeah, Makalane, Lane, take a pie and pull left there. Yeah, Makatara, yeah, Makalane, Lane, take a pie and pull left there. One more no let me. So can me. What's in the reason why you don't change? I want to know. What's in the reason why you don't switch? I want to know, yeah, if there are any problems, come let's solve it, if there are any problems, come let's solve it. Go in it, 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 oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, you don't change. Go in it, 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 go in it. Oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. You don't change. It's a filamo, Namtenemo, Mamuton, they go shit yo. It's an anemo, Tam Nemo, Mamuton, they go shit yo. It's a somo, on Calabe Iyomo, Cocobe Iyema is somo, Iyomo, on Lori Iyomo, a shit is somo, come up with Nemo, come on, Toffel. What's in the reason why you don't change? I want to know, what's in the reason why you don't switch? I want to know, yeah, if there are any problems, come let's solve it, if there are any problems, come let's solve it. Go in it, 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 oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, you don't change. Go in it, 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 go in it. Oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Wow, you really changed on me, girl. You know what I mean? Please come back home. Let's them en fait à inweng dès comme as the usumna mamuton. We used to be lovers. We used to be friends, we used to party and bullshit every weekend. What happened now, baby? Come on, just tell me. If there's any problem, yo, we can solve it. You know I'm down for you, careful, I can die for you. Now they keep asking me for you, must I can lie for you. But you said take it slow, take it easy, give me a reason. You know the first day the place cold, this not rain season. Go in it, 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 go in it. Oh, binemuno, that's a lie, binemuno, that's a lie, binemuno, that's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Koyene, 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 koyene. Oh, binemuno, that's a lie, binemuno, that's a lie, binemuno, that's a lie. You don't change, you don't change.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Koyene, of course, that's a song from Sierra Leone, of course, in the Timini language. Of course, the language will like bad, you know. And so, me family, we just want to continue for say a lot of thanks to you all for always helping us to be part of your lives by tuning into the station. Now, so we get for come to the end of the program, but don't forget that today is my birthday. So we want you to continue to, tell we the birthday, wish me happy birthday, okay, all the way to like 12 a.m. So right now to we, not Texas, not 10:39 p.m. So we still get 2 hours. You still get 1.5 hours actually for tell me happy birthday. Continue to do that. All right, my family, we like waiting with the C now, yeah, right? So once more, let we listen to we brother as they come up with this song, right?
Zero cool balong baboy okay bampingar. Matay maputik nem tanem ko makala na shit. Ne promise mo makupomo. It's a 10-minute thing. I'm missing you, girl. Please come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Sbn on the beat.
Koyene, 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 koyene. Oh, binemuno. That's a lie, binemuno. That's a lie, binemuno. That's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Koyene, 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 koyene. Oh, binemuno. That's a lie, binemuno. That's a lie, binemuno. That's a lie. You don't change, you don't change. Iye makatara, iye makalane, lane, take a pie and pull left day. Iye makatara, iye makalane, lane, take a pie and pull left day. You don't answer your phone, so I try to one who no let me. But so can me. What's in the reason why you don't change? I want to know. What's in the reason why you don't switch? I want to know, yeah, if there are any problems, come let's solve it. If there are any problems, come let's solve it. Koyene, 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 koyene.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is my birthday. I want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for hanging out with me. Right here at Sherix Broadcast Network, because this is how we do things. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Of course, we put Salon Force all the time. Salon Icon Force. And every tour they do salon for always the number one. Alright? You know they listen. We don't suffer too much. By the time this will go before, let us country go before. You know they will allow anybody for intimidation. Right. So wait till we talk now. So this is not the time for let's allow go before. We're not allow anybody for intimidate. We're not allow anybody for perpetrate violence at us. We country, like a country we get all the blessing, all the endowment, all the natural resources we forgo before. So we they put Salon first and they ask everybody for join we in this, right? We are citizens of Sierra Leone, they all over the world. We get for participate in Salon business. How they do them? The citizens' responsibility pact is coming. You gotta join us, you gotta be part of us. By the next broadcast, we'll bring detailed information on how we're gonna make that happen. Alright? So that's what we get for doing right here at Sherix Broadcast Network. It's time for us to do things. Right.
You don't change, you don't change.
Of course, don't forget that this is my birthday today, because this is my birthday. On this birthday, dedicated to all of you out there in Sierra Leone. Of course, this is our country. We have to do things for our country, all right? So I'm happy to bring this to you. Live from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas, because that's what we expect you to do, right? We expect you to work with us as we make things happen right here at Sherix Broadcast Network. Right?
You know I'm down for you, girl, for I can die for you. Now they keep asking me for you, but I can lie for you. When you said take a slow, take a easy, give me a reason. You know the first day the place cold, this not rain season. Go in it, 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 go in it.
Alright, I want to say thank you to all. I want to say plenty thank you to all. That's how we get to end the program for tonight. Of course, once more, now remember Temu Bangura. Now the play church now and then at the Northern Province. If you believe that McKinney town, wait till happen at McKinney for the happen. Because that's the son of the soil. Right? So that man a national hero, we will continue for Halam. We will continue for make him a national hero. We need his statue inside Sierra Leone. Alright? That's what we can do. Alright?
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Today I just wanted to take a quick moment to express my thanks and appreciation to the Almighty God for everything He has done in my life, everything He has done for me. A few people in my life that I would like to say thanks to, of course, to my dear father, Mr. Martin Moy Sharif, who is currently in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for everything that he did for me as a son, and that there's nothing I can give him as a reciprocation or as a replica of what he did for me in my life, from when I was a little boy coming up and all the way to where I am now. I want to say a lot of thanks to him for everything. That's my father, the grandfather of my children. Of course, I also want to take opportunity of this moment to say special thanks to my mother, because Fatmat Mami Sharif, who is currently in Kenema. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for bringing me to this world and for everything that you did. You never went to school, but you were very determined to ensure that I acquire Western education. And you did everything humanly possible to ensure that whatever I needed for me to go to school, that I had it. And so today I should be grateful to you. There's nothing I can give you as a payment for what you did in my life. So thank you, Mom. Of course, I want to say a lot of thanks to the mother of my children for, being there as a woman. I'm talking about Esther Bangura. I want to say a lot of thanks to you for, being a very good mother, for being there for the family, for doing everything that you can do in your own powers to keep the family going. I want to say a lot of thanks to you.